What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy. As you can see here, we are now the captain of New Norfolk. So I've made a few changes to the lineup. Basically, I've got myself coming in at number 3, just so hopefully we can get a bit of batting and a bit of bowling into this episode. But before we do go and get any further, remember to smash that like button. Let's aim for 150 likes on this video. If you are new to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button to keep completely up to date with all the latest that is happening in Cliffy's world, shall we say. We're going to skip through basically to my player. It's good that you don't have to go and choose just how everyone is bowling and when and where they're bowling. We're going to stick with this balanced field just because it's something that I do quite like, and we're going to stick with some outswing bowling. So another thing really to bring up in this career is that I am very close to getting selection. Well, I think I'm getting attention in both the English County Cup and the Australian Shield, or whatever it's called. I think the Sheffield Shield is what you still call it over there. So potentially in the next couple of episodes, we will have a that one there has gone and beaten the outside edge. No edge though, just a bit of swing. But hopefully in the next couple of episodes, we will be making our domestic debut in the, well, either in England or in Australia. I wouldn't mind either way, preferably Australia, because that's where we have intended to start this career mode series. So hopefully we can go there. Hopefully today we get to bowl our 4 overs. We get to bat a fair bit of time as well, because that's what we want to see and what we want to do. So just to recap since last episode, I did the last game of the season. I went through, played the finals. We won the finals. I think I actually hit the winning runs in the final game, which I didn't record because I wanted to go, and as I said last episode, just get through pretty much get through into a domestic side. Because I mean, club games, yes, they are good, but you can only play them for so much before it just gets boring. So hopefully we can get a few standout performances now that we are captain. Obviously things are starting to work out a bit better than we would expect. But apart from that, we will be looking to try and continue on our good form that we've had. We've been pretty good with the ball, getting better with the bat, I must say. So hopefully we can start to level those two out, get a few experience points, attributes points, whatever you want to call it, and start upgrading our guy to get him a bit higher. I think at the moment, I think I'm about 41 or maybe even 40 overall. So I'm going to change actually to I think it's aggressive. Yeah, this is definitely the field I use. It cuts off the singles, and especially in club matches, it is very good because when you're playing against guys who aren't really that highly skilled, it does make it a lot easier, and it does cut down the singles this field, and it does also allow you to get catches, especially if you're bowling outswing, which is what majority we are going to be bowling in this episode. Just because it brings in the outside edge. And yeah, if you can get it right, which surprisingly we haven't, because we've been picking up wickets, I wouldn't say regularly, because a lot of people, not just myself, and people say in the comments, Cliffy, it's just because you're shit at bowling. A lot of people, I wouldn't say have been struggling with bowling, but to get wickets is a bit more difficult than when you started off in the first game. So you just got to really go and mix it up, try a bit of everything. As I said, cross seam worked well for me one episode, hasn't worked well for me since. Swing, in-swing and outswing, I think really do work, especially if you can get the ball to move a lot, get it to pitch in the right spot, hopefully come back and try and swing one in to one of these guys off pegs. But we've taken for 4 singles so far. Again, in the context of the game, it's not that terrible. If I go for 6 runs and over, I'm not really fussed. I've done my job as a bowler, as the holding bowler in this team, to keep things economical, which is what we have done. That one there has been hit out in the air. The fielder can't get around there quick enough though. But again, just another single. We're not going to complain too much about that there. So we're going to keep moving forward. And hopefully, I'm going to try a cross seam. You know, just cause we haven't done it in a while. And it might, I was going to say, potentially pick me out something. But it's been driven through. And we're definitely not going to go for 6 in this over, because that one is going to race away for the first 4 off our bowling, I believe. No, they might run 4 though. I think they've actually only run 3. So that's a good bit of fielding down there by whoever it was to keep it to 3. So not 9 coming off the over, but 8 nonetheless. And this does look like a good betting track. So that's good for me, especially with how things are going. I'm going to start putting in a few more fuller balls. Maybe we're not getting the swing because of that. But yeah, with the batting, the track looks good for batting. So I'm quite excited about that because we are listed to come in at number 3 today. Obviously, being the captain, you can go and change the batting order, which is what we've done, just to give me, I guess, a bit more of a chance to really get a bit more exposure to, I guess, selectors, you would call them, down the ground. It just don't seem to be getting the swing that we got in that first over. We did get one to go past the outside edge. But since then, it hasn't been great. We haven't really bowled too many wicket-taking deliveries. And that one there is just nudged into the gap. I don't know where my fielders are. That's timed, I was going to say, timed well enough that you probably could come back for 2, that it was just pushed into that gap. But they will just settle with the 1. And I don't want a defensive field. Aggressive. I've probably gone completely the wrong way and gone the slowest way around to that. But that's all right. I just want something. Just something to come off the edge and to fly to one of those players in that position there. As I said, it does keep the runs down. It keeps it to singles. Not many boundaries. You have only been hit for that 1 so far. And with this field, as I said, plenty of options. If you can get it full enough and if the ball is swinging a bit like that, then you can get the opportunities. Shots can be played aerially out to that man on the boundary. It can play through to the keeper. It looks like we've got a 2nd slip and about a 5th slip in place. Actually, that's probably more of a gully and more of a 3rd slip, I'd say. But a wide gully nonetheless. So that's all right. We'll finish that off. Again, just 4 coming off the over, so we're not going to complain again too much about that in the context of the game. Now we have to bring in the next bowler. So this is our problem, is that we really are struggling just to get some consistency with the bowling. So we've got 3 overs left to go. I think I'm going to come back in possibly, yeah, for the 2nd to last one. We have got the big wicket as well. So we got the guy who was set. So that's always a bonus. We are now in to our last over. Would be nice to pick up a wicket if we could. We've gone none for 19 so far. So we're just over that 6-run and over threshold mark that we would like to be at. I think if you can bowl anywhere in a T20 and only go for 24 runs, you've done a very, very good job. Depending on the surface. I mean, I look at a Big Bash League game that I think was played, I can't quite remember, but Andrew Ty, they're playing the Sixers. The Sixers kept the Scorchers to, I think it was about what was it? I'm trying to remember. I think it was about 130 they kept them to. And on the pitch that they were playing on, that was definitely a below par score. But Andrew Ty, he did his best to keep the Scorchers in the game. I think everyone else really got carted around quite a bit. And he went, I think, bowled his 4 overs for 15 runs and took 3 wickets as well. So in the situation, he did a very good job. Wasn't enough to see his Scorchers side home in the end. That one there, cut in the air. Just trying to mix it up. I honestly don't know in career really what works. Like, obviously, I think going back to episode 2 or episode 3, I was bowling cross seam. That worked really well. Got me 3 wickets. Since then, I've bowled some shorter stuff. I've bowled some swing. And nothing just seems to be working for me. So I'm not too sure what it is. That one there just tucked around the corner. That's not too far away from that man in close. But hopefully we will have a good chance and a good opportunity to get some runs with the bat here today. Because we haven't really done it with the ball. But we've done our bit. We've gone, at the moment, I was going to say, for 6.5 and over. It's going to go just over that with that last single. But none for 27. Not the worst figures in the world. It's actually closer to 7 and over rather than 6.5. It's about 6.7 something. And as we can see already, now that we are batting at number 3, it gives us an opportunity to come out. That high score of 24 not out, that strike rate of 105, it has gone up finally. So hopefully we can just make the most of these fielding restrictions. 1 for 36 at the moment. Oh my God. And I think we've actually almost edged one behind first ball. So we do just need to be a bit careful. That area in the... well, I guess the cover region that we do like to go through so often is very heavily occupied. So they've obviously done their homework here. We will just nudge it down the ground. The battery's gone low on my dual shock. You've got to be kidding me. That's not ideal. That's not what we want. Taylor French in there. This guy, definitely a good batsman. As you can see, that average and strike rate, very, very good. Going to try and quickly plug this in just to make sure that we don't lose charge. And we are now all good to go. So never fear. The controller is plugged in, and we are looking to get some runs. We won't take that one on, though. I don't know what it is. I think in the final I did go really aggressive, but that's because in the situation that we were in, we needed that. And I'm just trying to think what we can do here. Like through mid-wicket or even over the top down the ground is potentially on. But we're just going to try and get off strike at the moment because we are just struggling at the moment with the power play on just to dissect the gaps. And that's something that we will need to work on. There's a wide off now. No one at mid-wicket, so anything on the pads, that's where we're going to look to try and smash it through. It is a shorter ball, which I did try and go a bit aggressive on, but definitely no edge on that one. No point even reviewing it. Not that we get reviews in this. But 2 off 5 at the moment, so we really need to go and try and pick that up, get ourselves sorted, and get some runs on the board, because it's not looking very good at the moment. Play that one down the ground, but again, just can't seem to quite dissect those gaps in the field, just can't seem to quite get it through. We have survived to the end of the power play. Only one down as well, so hopefully we can get that cover moved out. 1 for 44. And we'll just keep going and just nudging it down the ground. Just rotating the strike, bringing French on. He is the aggressor in this situation. I'm just going to look to try and play the anchor innings, not get myself out and bat deep down into the innings. I'm not too sure how many we are actually chasing down. So that will be an interesting stat to find out. Oh, God, why have I done that? Why have I done that? That was so stupid. I was looking to go and pull that one around the corner. But again, a failure with the bat from Cliff. And this is not... That guy is basically Dre Russell. He is honestly Andre Russell. But again, a failure with bat, a failure with ball, and not a good captaincy debut for us. Hopefully the other guys can go and get the job done, which I think they have, which is very promising. And while we do have a little bit of time, we will go French man of the match, 75, scoring over half of our runs. We don't even get on the bowling charts. We don't even get on the batting charts with that 4. So that experiment of putting me up to number 3 didn't quite work, but I think I will stick myself there and just try and bat through it. Just try and get through and get some runs on the board if we can. As I said, we will quickly have a look at the selection status now that we do have time. It is a bit of a shorter video than we are normally used to. But again, not the greatest of performances. Very, very close to level 9. Very close to getting those 108 runs as well. We are only 32 away from that. So hopefully we can get that in the next few games. And that does give us a lot of experience that we can go and call upon. So batting is probably something that I am going to go and work on now, just because everything else is... Well, I mean, our fielding doesn't really matter because we don't really field a whole lot. But we are going to go and put these up, basically just one by one. 43 overall, 44 overall. Boop, boop, boop. Going to be 45 overall now, so that's not bad. We've got our batting rating up to 33, which I think is what we need, because I think if we get a bit more timing, we get a bit more power into our batting, it is going to make it easier. As I said, we can see down in the headlines here, player transfer. Tom Cliff accepted the offer from Norfolk to play in the Tasmanian Cup. That is obviously to be the captain. And we will quickly, as I said, have a look at our selection status. So the State Shield and the National Cricket Cup, we are getting attention. The T20 Clash, we're a fair way off. And the County Cup, we are a fair way off. But we are getting attention, which means hopefully, as I said, in the next couple of episodes, we will have the opportunity to make our debut in the state side, basically for Tasmania. But I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. I was going to do my old outro there, but I do hope you've enjoyed the video. Until next time, this is Cliffy, your King of Career Mode and New Zealand's #1 source of Don Bradman cricket content, signing out.